again with one late lunge, gets up on the line. But Rainbow Bridge is finishing best of all.
Do it again, won it! Rainbow Bridge has won it!
So the great story of the rivalry between Rainbow Bridge and Do It Again starts way back on the 8th of December 2018 when they met for the first time in the Green Point Stakes at Kenilworth. I'm joined by Anthony Delpech. Anthony, welcome. And we are going to go through all 11 races to describe how the rivalry between these two great gallopers has unfolded over the last couple of seasons, culminating, of course, with the running of the 2020 World Sports Betting Champions Cup at Gr1 at the end of August. So let's rewind the tape as we go back to Kenilworth on the 8th of December 2018, a small field which produced one of the greatest finishes this country has ever seen.
A small yet competitive field, we're in for a thriller. Green Point Stakes field, at attention, racing. From that 1600.
So Anthony, the first thing I'm going to ask, only 6 horses, the pace obviously a question.
Well, that's the first thing when you get those small fields. The pace is going to play a big part, and being two totally different horses, one's totally switched off and one is very aggressive, that's what you've got to be careful, and that's when tactics comes in, and that's when jockeyship comes in.
We saw in the early stages that Rainbow Bridge was throwing his head around, but here they are actually in a very slow run race, pretty close to each other.
Yeah, it doesn't look like too much went right for Rainbow Bridge. He had no cover the whole way around the turn, and obviously coming into the straight, Bernard wanted to get more cover. As he knows, he's burned too much petrol early on in the race with him over racing, and Do It Again had everything going in his way.
In the end, it was a short head separating 4 horses, but Rainbow Bridge seemed to hit a flat spot.
He did hit a flat spot. He did have the hardest run of the race, but he looked like going another couple of yards, he might have got his head in front.
Now, I know this is all about Rainbow Bridge and Do It Again, but what a run by Legal Eagle at the time.
Well, he was a champion, and he was always early part when they were together. He was always there in the finish with them.
Well, there was absolutely nothing to choose between Do It Again and Rainbow Bridge in that blanket finish to the 2018 Green Point Stakes. And of course, that's a lead-in to the 2019 Lawrence Queen's Plate Grade 1 over 1600 meters. Let's see how that race unfolded for these two great horses.
All in line, all clear. And away they go. Bit of an untidy beginning, this one.
Both seem to get left.
Yeah, they both came away very slowly, and I see Bernard rushed Rainbow Bridge a little bit to get into a position, and obviously Do It Again, he's laid back, so it wouldn't bother him too much rushing him, so let's see how he settles.
Once again, Anthony, they're not too far apart. In future races, we'll see that, in fact, there was sometimes quite a distance between the two during the early stages of the race. But yeah, they are pretty much together. Rainbow Bridge has the run of the fence. Do It Again sitting on his outside. And the record books will reflect that on this occasion, Do It Again actually gets up to catch Socrat, who's in the Hamdan colours, a little ahead of them in the dying strides. And once again, Rainbow Bridge seems to get into the race too late.
He did, and as a jockey, I would have loved to have been in a position where Richard was on Do It Again, because he's a kind of a horse that likes to get unwinded early on, and he managed to get him unwinded early on, and I think that's what got him to win the race at the end.
It's Socrat, Legal Eagle, Do It Again on the outside. Socrat, Do It Again. These two left to fight it out. It's the 3-year-old Socrat with his head in front. Do It Again with one late lunge, gets up on the line. Do It Again from Socrat. Then came Rainbow Bridge, an undercover agent.
We see Do It Again getting up in the shadow of the post. Once again, as was the case with the Green Point Stakes, Rainbow Bridge doing his best work at the end. Was that an early indication that really a mile too short for Rainbow Bridge?
Yeah, it was too short for him, and also they were learning about how to ride him. I think because he was an aggressive horse, they always tend to have given him too much to do. But in a race like this, it wasn't really the horse's fault. He got left out the pen, so he was further back than what he wanted to be.
And away they go. Bit of an untidy beginning, this one.
And of course, leading out from the Lawrence Queen's Plate, they go in to the Sun Met. This time over 2,000 meters, 400 meters further than the two previous occasions. And let's recall what happened.
All clear. racing to a perfect beginning in the Sun Met from the 2,000 meter mile.
We see Rainbow Bridge towards the inside, and we see Do It Again dropping well back in the early stages.
Eyes wide open. Oh, Susanna has won the battle for the lead, and she shows...
I didn't think Richard gave him the best ride.
I think Richard would agree with you.
I think he made a mistake early part of the race. Things didn't map out where the right horse he thought he was following let him down, and then he ended up pulling further back and got himself in the wrong position.
Okay, so now you're riding the horse and you've made the same mistake. At that point, do you have no option but to actually leave him where he is?
Well, that's it. You've got to swallow the pill. Things have gone wrong, and you just got to hope that things map out from then on. And you know, those decisions are winning and losing decisions.
Yeah, because there were comments made that perhaps he could have made an earlier move. Right, the situation looks a bit desperate here with head honcho well clear, but we're going to see on this occasion that Anton Marcus, now aboard Rainbow Bridge, still wearing the Chris Herber colours, explodes through, as does Do It Again. The two come rushing at head honcho, and Anthony, the timing favoured Rainbow Bridge on this occasion, with Do It Again coming far too late.
Yeah, Do It Again was, for me, as a jockey, I thought he was an unlucky horse. I thought things didn't really map out for him, and he had to wait for his run up the straight, which took a while to get the right run, and Rainbow Bridge had got the run, had got a clear run, and Anton could go when he wanted to go. So that was the difference.
Well, it proved to be a massive difference, because the difference between winning the Sun Met and running second in the Sun Met is huge. Well, that brought the Cape leg of the tour to a conclusion, and now we kickstart the 2019 champion season with a gold challenge over 1,600 meters at Gr1.
They're ready. They're dispatched in the Rising Sun Gold Challenge.
Well, Anthony, obviously Matador Man got hopelessly left. Here we see Rainbow Bridge now sporting the Rattray silks, fighting the rider again.
Yeah, he is a very aggressive horse, and he's the kind of horse that, as for Eric, I know he's always trying to find the right jockeys, and because you get the jockeys that's got the very good hands that can settle a horse down, and he's the kind of horse that you just wish that the pace is always on and you can get him to switch off. It looked like there was a bit of pace in the race, and he got a nice cover, and although he was a little bit aggressive early on, I think he got into a nice position.
There again, you can see Rainbow Bridge and Do It Again separated by under a length. Rainbow Bridge on the outside. Cirillo ran this race to win. 1,600 meters is probably his optimum distance, and he tried to control the pace and almost got away with it. Now we can see Do It Again on the inside. Rainbow Bridge, once again, to remind you, now sporting the very famous Rattray silks, coming down the centre of the track. Do It Again darts to the inside, but both have still got to get to Cirillo. He's a resolute gallop in his own right, and on this occasion it's Do It Again that is going to produce the flashy finish.
Yes, it's definitely Do It Again. He had, obviously Rainbow Bridge, the first part, he did tend to over-race, and then his biggest problem was he was hanging quite badly on the inside. And
did he get slightly interfered with there?
He did, but he caused it himself.
He caused it himself.
From Do It Again, and this one, Richard Furey.
Okay, so let's relive the action from the 2019 Vodacom Durban July at Hollywood Vets Gr1.
Camperatus comes forward and bounding away in the Vodacom Durban July, 4 1/4.
So we can see that Do It Again is tucking in behind. Once again, Anthony, Rainbow Bridge, this time in the hands of Gavin Arena. I wouldn't say pulling hard, but quite keen to get on with it.
He's quite keen, but he got into a good position quite early, and I think he's that kind of a horse too. He carries his head a little bit high, so when he does pull, it does look a little bit worse.
Again, reaching for the stars. He's come off the rail. He's come to the outside. 6 to hunt down Camperatus, eyes wide open. Homeward bound in the Vodacom Durban July.
Look at the split that Gavin has found down the centre of the track. The Rattray silks of Rainbow Bridge now goes past all of his rivals, and it's only left to Do It Again to hunt him down. Do It Again hanging, coming, Twist of Fate just behind them.
Finish. Do It Again. He's coming at Rainbow Bridge. He's a born leader, and he will do it again, Rainbow Bridge.
What do you make of this finish?
Well, I thought it was a great finish, but I think the move that won the race was when Richard Fourie, I think about by the 600-700, he decided to come off the fence and look for a clear run.
He's come off the rail, he's come to the outside.
So from the July in 2019, we go all the way back to Cape Town for the repeat of the Green Point Stakes on the 14th of December 2019.
Set to go in the Green Point. 1600 meters, gates are back, off and racing to a perfect beginning. Rainbow Bridge hopped out running on the far side. He's one of the early leaders, but is now being taken back as La Favorari in the white cap push forward to go and lead. One World settles back.
Rainbow Bridge is again pulling a little bit.
Yeah, he's pulling and he's got no cover, and things really haven't gone right for him, and eventually gets in and obviously pushes Do It Again towards the inside, and I think eventually he does get in front of Do It Again. He bullies Do It Again a little bit. But
And Do It Again is under pressure here.
yeah, he's
Now this was the first run of 3 races where Do It Again quite simply didn't run to his form.
no. He had lost his way a little bit.
But just when the connections of Rainbow Bridge thought they'd dealt with the Bernard Cantor colours quite effectively, along comes the other runner with the blue cap, the other Bernard Cantor silks, and Vardy comes storming through in the Green Point Stakes from the back of the field to run them all down, and this was an ominous sign of what was to come in the Lormans Queen's Plate 3 weeks later. Here we can see Rainbow Bridge actually easing slightly, not going through with his run, and also a sign of what was to come in the Sun Met, because One World finished ahead of him.
Win it well. One World in second. Rainbow Bridge pack leader. Do It Again further back. Head on.
We want to stress that this was a time in his career when uncharacteristically Do It Again was way off form. He ran poorly in the Green Point Stakes, he ran poorly in the Lormans Queen's Plate, and then ran poorly again in the Sun Met. So really, in terms of the rivalry between Rainbow Bridge and Do It Again, this was a bit of a one-sided period in their 11-race rivalry. But let's get into the Lormans Queen's Plate, which was almost a replay of the Green Point Stakes, certainly as far as Vardy was concerned.
Handler comes away. Get ready.
Okay, so Anthony, having made the point that there's clearly something wrong with Do It Again at this stage, I know that his trainer wasn't happy with him, things weren't right, but he couldn't put his finger on it. Here we see Rainbow Bridge bouncing out quite nicely. Once again, Vardy tucking off towards the rear of the field as one would have expected. At this stage, you're happy with Rainbow Bridge's position?
He's a kind of horse that he likes a cover, and that party was still looking to get a cover, and Cape Town racing is that kind of racing that it's put into jockeys' head that they have to get cover. And I've ridden so many races in Cape Town when I know what's going to happen, and I've taken the chance and I've gone to the front and I've won.
But here Rainbow Bridge has timed his run to perfection. He's come to the front, but again, just simply no match for the powerful finishing effort of Vardy, who's come from the tail of the field to win the Lormans Queen's Plate, following on from his Green Point Stakes win. But we see Rainbow Bridge plugging on game. In the background, about 4 or 5 lengths back, you can actually see Do It Again trying to run on, but really he was flat.
Yeah, he wasn't the same horse.
And interestingly, there One World again, with the view on the Sun Met, came back to actually grab second.
It just
from
shows you
Rainbow
the
Bridge.
form of how good those horses are.
No, they're absolutely champions.
Rainbow Bridge is charging home best of all. Rainbow Bridge wins it.
He's a born leader and he will do it again.
Now we progress from the 2020 Lormans Queen's Plate to the 2020 Sun Met. And now before we even get to the race, of course, this was a unique occasion for us all to see the brilliant Ryan Moore in action. To ride Rainbow Bridge, I think we need to highlight the fact is how relaxed he gets the horse.
A horse like this needs a jockey that's got the hands, and I think he got the perfect jockey, and Ryan gave him the perfect ride.
Let's have a look and see the 2020 Sun Met 2000
Handler come
meters.
away. The Sun Met, are you ready? And away they go to the roar of the Sun Met crowd from that 2,000 metre marker.
Rainbow Bridge, beautifully ridden. Ryan Moore riding in his first Sun Met, riding Rainbow Bridge for the first time in his career. And again, as we were saying a moment ago, the first thing you will notice is just how beautifully relaxed on a long rein Rainbow Bridge is, racing in third spot at this stage, about 2 lengths behind the eventual winner, One World. It became a match race between these two over the last 200 meters. But you can see Do It Again already out of contention
Yeah, he wasn't the same horse. He was out of it. And
and
Rainbow
being
Bridge.
scrubbed along.
The Rainbow Bridge had a perfect run. Even up the top of the straight, he had a cover. He could follow through.
If you were riding Rainbow Bridge and you were coming, as they are now, to the 200, you would be thinking to yourself, how far?
I thought race over, yeah. It just shows you the horse on the inside. He's got guts, and he just came back, and our Ryan was actually quite disappointed.
Rainbow Bridge and One World are going together, stride for stride. It goes to One World. Rainbow Bridge was second.
It wasn't a case of Rainbow Bridge throwing in the towel.
That's exactly right. He fought back. He was guts, and he was a good horse, and he wanted to win the race.
Vardy, do it again. They didn't raise their gallop.
We were all looking forward to do it again, bouncing back to top form during the 2020 champion season in KwaZulu-Natal. And of course, as is tradition, the first time these two horses met was in the Gold Challenge at Hollywoodbets Greyville. And this time, of course, with the COVID-affected program, it was on the 28th of June. Now, Anthony, obviously only 7 runners in a weight for age mile race, and pace is what makes the race. And here I think everybody was expecting Cirilla to go to the front as he did the year before, but they had other plans this time with Cirilla, and Rainbow Bridge finds himself in front.
I think Eric Sanders will be jumping out of his seat. But I thought it was a good ride, you know, and that's when it comes to jockey, you've got to make a decision. Rather than fighting him and pulling his...
And what made it even more difficult was it was the first time Warren Kennedy was riding this horse, so he was assuming the responsibility of taking the initiative. I guess he thought he had nothing to lose.
Well, you know, that's why today he became the champion jockey this year, and that's why he's become a good rider. And those are the kind of jockeys you want to be riding horses like this.
Now at this stage, do it again in the blue cap on this occasion. Vardy's got the yellow cap towards the right-hand side. Appears to be coming back to best, appears to have every chance, appears to have been given a peach of a ride, but just no match for Rainbow Bridge, or in fact Vardy, over the last 200 metres as Rainbow Bridge hangs on to win. So do it again. Encouraging signs that he was coming back to his best.
Yeah, he was coming back to his best, but what maybe he could have run closer, the pace beat him. That's when it came to jockeyship. That's where you got to say Warren rode a great race, because he rode the race to suit his horse. The pace was slow, and he quickened, and he got away from them, and that's what won him the race. I just think the pace on that day beat Do It Again.
So it was a long time since Do It Again had actually finished in front of Rainbow Bridge as they headed into the 2020 Vodacom Durban July, and it was always going to be a much closer affair between Do It Again and Rainbow Bridge. Let's relive the 2020 Vodacom Durban July. Okay, so the draw here, Anthony, is obviously a massive factor because Rainbow Bridge was drawn towards the inside with his stable companion Golden Ducat, and there we saw Do It Again having to face one of the worst draws of all, and Anton Marcus making an early decision to take him back.
Yeah, obviously from that draw, and Do It Again doesn't have enough speed to get any closer than where he was, and Anton just decided to get him onto the fence and relax him and use his speed at the end. And Rainbow Bridge didn't really look like he settled very well in the race. I don't know, when I watched the race I thought he was an uncomfortable horse in the race. He wasn't always happy where he was.
Well, maybe, you know, they went very quick early with Sylvana's Pride setting a very crisp gallop, and she faded away quickly, and suddenly, here we go, Rainbow Bridge finds himself in front.
Yeah, and they had gone a nice pace. I feel with the weight, and he just might have just got there a little bit too early. He's that kind of a horse that would prefer to follow something through in the straight rather than him being there early.
Yeah, Do It Again, clearly back to his best, looks as if he might be able to pull something out of the fire, but his own stable companion, Bulgarian, comes storming up the outside rail to win going away. Got the green light, the talented 3-year-old second, Do It Again third. Rainbow Bridge, perhaps not unsurprisingly, ran out of puff in the last 150.
Yeah, he did. Things might have not mapped out for him, and he might have just got there a little bit too soon for himself. But Do It Again, you've got to take your hat off. He came from a long way back. From the draw, it's not the jockey's fault.
Plus the weight.
Plus the weight.
So to the swan song of this 11-part series, it is the World Sports Betting Champions Cup, again at weight for age over 1,800 metres, a quality field. Rainbow Bridge up against Do It Again, and who on this occasion would come out in front?
We're ready. They're set free from the 1800 meter marker. Vane Kelder's one of the trailers early on.
Rainbow Bridge jumps out marginally better than Do It Again. Talk us through the race.
Well, Rainbow Bridge has always shown that he's got more speed, and Do It Again got into a beautiful position. I was Anton Marcus now. I'll be very, very, very happy. I wonder, was it Richard or Anton riding it?
No, it was Anton.
Was it Anton? You're not
Sometimes
sure.
it's not easy to tell the difference.
Yeah, and I thought they both got into a lovely position. I think I would have been happy to have had cover on Rainbow Bridge, which he was left with no cover. But then he had a horse pull off the fence, which helped him a little bit.
Is travelling. Look how well he's travelling.
Yeah.
Warren Kennedy must have been really happy with where he was at that stage.
Well, he was, because obviously the horse that was sitting second comes off the fence, gives him the lead coming into
Now
the
they come together. One on the outside, one going to the inside, but in terms of gap between them, not much. But Rainbow Bridge makes what looks to be a winning move. How's this shot? We can see Do It Again on the far side, Rainbow Bridge on the near side. This time Rainbow Bridge getting to the front ahead of Do It Again. But wow, here comes the other Rattray colours. Rainbow Bridge has done everything but win the Champions Cup, gets snared on the line by Golden Ducat, but nonetheless, at the end of it all, 11 times these two great horses, Do It Again, Rainbow Bridge, have met. 6 times Rainbow Bridge has finished in front, 5 times Do It Again has finished in front.
Well, sometimes it's run of the race. I mean, so many of the races is who got the best position and how did the race work out for them.
Well, there we go. Reliving the rivalry between Do It Again and Rainbow Bridge, but they weren't alone in terms of quality. We saw Vardy, we saw One World, we saw Golden Ducat, the emergence of Golden Ducat in the Champions Cup. We're blessed with so many top weight for age champion racehorses, but what a lot of fun it was to go through the 11 times that Rainbow Bridge and Do It Again have met.
Do It Again with one late lunge, gets up on the line. But Rainbow Bridge is finishing best of all.
Do It Again won it. Rainbow Bridge has won it.